Well, you see, the writing was very clear on the wall. If I see it the other way around, if I was not winning comfortably, why would Trinamool Congress resort to this kind of violence in Asansol? Adir Chaudhary is another guy who faced this kind of violence. So Asansol is definitely, as the media has said, have been a prestige fight for them, like it is for Adir Chaudhary. Which is a role between, as it's being portrayed by Suvendu Adhikari and Adir Chaudhary. So they have come out with all might, and when you have TMC goons coupled with, men in uniform, the administration and the West Bengal police, as more dangerous goons than TMC, then the things, gets out of hand. And as I had predicted early in the morning before I left the house, that no matter which booth I step in, see, I had so many complaints from the morning. This is the number of complaints that I've received throughout the day. The candidate and the election agent are the only two people who can actually enter the booth to see if the election agent is there in place. N number of places, the election agent have been beaten, they've been tortured, they've been abused, their family have been threatened after they left their house to reach the booths. So it is a sad state that Adir Chaudhary had to run to catch the people who have infiltrated inside the booth, outsiders. I had to run after to catch the guy who allegedly cast more than one vote inside that booth in Khuttadi. So what will I say? This is the culture of Bengal, which we saw during the CPM taking to a pinnacle. And then 2011 Mamata Banerjee comes, and then she takes that to a very new low. CPIM Gundagardi 2.0 with renewed vigor, with more uncouth, unconstitutional, illegal, and more violent, bloody way. And we are asking for repolling in many booths. But what makes me sad is that the entire country is going through a very smooth voting process, and my own state, Bengal, we say Rabindranath's place, Vivekananda's place, and everything. That is going through such a sad mess. That saddens me. This indicates that with the violent methods that Trinamool resorted to, a lot of people couldn't come out of their houses to vote. At the end of the day, the election commission or the central forces, they cannot bring the election agents from their homes to the booth. Once they're inside the booth, they can take care of them to ensure that nothing is. But then again, when they leave in the night, these guys are again at the mercy of the Trinamool Gundas and the West Bengal police and administration, who are bigger Gundas in uniform. So they are vulnerable, and that is what Mamata Banerjee and her team tried to take advantage of. And if the voting percentage is lower, that definitely shows that a lot of people have stayed away from the voting process, and that is kind of very, very sad, given the fact that we are the largest democracy in the world, and we are witnessing murder of the democracy throughout the day, and in the most brutal form at it. Yes, I have the permission to enter a booth, along with my election agent. But then, if we caught the presiding officer red-handed, we had 199 is just up there in the list.
True.
It's just up there in the list. That was the first place where he knew that huge line of voters not being given a chance to enter inside. The Trinamool polling agents sitting inside, they have thrown the BJP agent out. The presiding officer was hand in glove with the entire process. He did not complain that to the central police that was right outside the booth. So yes, the windows beside the EVM were open, and people from outside can actually see inside the booth, and they were threatening voters with their eyes. So we all know that those are the way the entire setup was. It was wrong, and we had information of that. So when I entered the booth, immediately the presiding officer was caught standing right beside the EVM. And you can see him, saying sorry and going back to his place. Why did he do that? If he felt that I was doing something wrong, or if I did not caught him red-handed, then he wouldn't have done that. He would have, he would have, what should I say? He would have protested against if I was. What you see me doing this was that I was telling him, and I was warning him that you are a government official, so behave like that and do your duty. Don't get into this kind of filthy thing. And I am the one who told the Trinamool agents as well that you could be East Bengal, I could be Mohan Bagan, but don't get into. At least let people vote. But this will definitely fall into deaf ears because, as I said, they already planned to create this kind of violence. The mayor of Asansol allegedly, we have enough reasons to believe, throughout the BJP agents, the opponent agents from all the 5 booths in Kalipahari. So we are making a note of all of that, and we are going to file it with the Election Commission about the number of booths where we want a repoll to happen. Because you're trying to, the media is the target of the TMC Goons because you're trying to show the truth. See, what we are seeing on television is not a documentary made by BJP. You are showing the reality. So, all the women reporters there, the lady from Republic TV, her car got broken. The lady from Aaj Tak, she got manhandled and her car was pushed and kicked and everything. There were large stones that were being hurled. My car got completely broken from the back. The ZTV car got completely broken. The journalists were, they were abused, very, with very, very filthy language. So definitely, you were definitely showing something which is true, which the Trinamool Congress did not like. The BJP supporters didn't attack you. The CPIM did not. Neither did the Congress. It's only the Trinamool Congress who attacked when they got caught red-handed in doing those mischiefs. So that's all about it. It's very sad. It's extremely sad. But then I think it highlights and brings in front of the entire country how the complete lack of governance that exists in Bengal under Mamata Banerjee, and it probably makes people aware. And there is a mass rising that is happening. People are actually saying that give us central forces and take our votes. There's a mass uprising that is happening, and this will definitely ensure that Mamata Banerjee doesn't get to rule Bengal for very long. I am sure they tried their very best, but I would say that there are still areas where it can get they could have been much better. That's what I'm hearing. I obviously couldn't reach all the booths. So if my party party workers who are on the ground, if they are complaining that the central forces were not really there are obviously in few places they have not been as proactive as they needed to be, then we'll have to find out why that happened. And as I said, everything cannot be ensured by the Election Commission and the central forces, given the fact that the ruling party itself, which handles the administration, wants and plans and intends to hamper it in this manner to resist people from voting because they know that they're going to vote against them. 42, he said. Well, I will just keep it short. The Trinamool Congress, ministers, one of the ministers himself, and they repeat that there is only one post in Trinamool Congress, the rest are all lamp posts. So there are many who do not wish to stay in Trinamool Congress. It doesn't mean that everyone in Trinamool Congress have sold their spines. So they want to lead a life of respect. So maybe they don't want to play the role of lamp posts anymore in Trinamool Congress, and therefore they want to shift. So I don't see anything wrong in what he said. That's the reality. Now that reality does bite at times, so you have people who are raising a hue and cry on that.